Apprenticeships, are they needed? Are they going to lead to success in 2024? Are they dying out of the industry? Who knows? My name is Hector Roman. I'm a tattoo artist out of Constant Pressure. Here's my work. Here's my shop. Here are the links to follow. Let's get started on the video. All right, tattoo apprenticeships. Some say you need them. Others say fuck them. I say let's figure it out together. Here are 5 things I wish I knew when looking for an apprenticeship, and I hope they help you as well. 1, I'm going to come out and say the biggest elephant in the room. Not everyone deserves an apprenticeship. On the flip side, not everyone needs an apprenticeship. That's going to be a very controversial topic, but I personally had an apprenticeship. Was it the best? No. We'll probably get into that story in a later video, but to me it didn't matter. However, I did end up finding a mentor in the industry that I wish I apprenticed under, and if I followed these tips, it would have helped me and geared me towards the right direction. So let's get started with number 5. Research and get tattooed. If you don't think you need to be tattooed in the industry, sure, you don't have to have tattoos. However, it's going to be very helpful. You're not going to get in the NASCAR without driving a little bit first. So get tattooed. Walk into shops before you even mention you want to have an apprenticeship. Get a grasp of how the environment is and how the people are. A lot of people who want to get apprenticeships are glorifying tattooing. They look at it on Ink Master, on TV, Instagram, celebrities with tattoos, and they're like, I want to be that. There's a harsh reality to that, and you might not be that. I'm not telling you you can't do it. I'm not telling you you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying there's a lot of hard work and networking involved in that. And a lot of times our view on it isn't realistic. So we just go and get any shop, expecting any shop to turn us into a successful tattoo artist, any shop to turn us into a badass artist. That's wrong. It's not. And that's where the research comes in. A good example is, that's what I did. I literally messaged, I had one good shop in mind, messaged them, didn't work out, and I was like, I can't wait because of my situation. I'm not going to wait. Let me find this other shop.
Idiot!
So this other shop picked me up. I very quickly learned that's not the environment I should have been. The guy who owned it didn't care about the industry. He didn't care about the art. He just cared about money and milking the young artist for everything he got. I didn't learn much in that one, unfortunately. I ended up essentially teaching myself, unfortunately, how to tattoo and relying on other people in the community to help me out. And thankfully they did. They kind of all took me under their wing and supported me and pushed me to be better. Long story short, research. Look at the shops. Look at how they're rated. Go and meet the artist, and that's how getting tattooed gets you there. Talk to them. If you're gonna look at a shop and get tattooed by them, make sure you're treating them well when you're going in. See how they treat you. If they're not treating you well while you're getting tattooed, imagine how they're going to treat you while you're an apprentice. You shouldn't be valuable to them just because you want to work for them and make them money. You should be valuable to them every time. That's how a tattoo shop should be treating clients. And that's how you want to treat clients. Number 4, have a basic understanding of art. This can be misconstrued and misconceived. For me, when I have an apprentice come to my shop or someone looking for an apprenticeship at my shop, I want to make sure that they have a good grasp of art, but they don't need to be a master. Anyone can be a good artist, not everyone can be a good person, but it does help to have that basic grasp. I'm not going to teach you how to draw, right? Most people don't want to teach you how to draw. Some will teach you the fundamentals of transferring that art to tattooing, which is what we do. A lot of good shops would. They teach you the history of tattooing. They teach you the history of the art of tattooing, flash, books, all this stuff. So it's going to get pretty advanced pretty quickly, and it would help to have a grasp, because if not, it's just going to hold you back. 3, this is going to hark back to feeling valued while you're getting tattooed. Is just essentially make sure you're feeling valued. An apprentice for a shop is a big commodity. It helps with a lot of things if they do it incorrectly. Essentially, they can take advantage of you very fast. They can make you work for free. They can make you, and don't get it twisted, working for free, like brooming and mopping, you're not working for free, you're working towards your apprenticeship. What I mean working free is like you're picking up their groceries for them, you're cleaning their car, you're working for each individual artist and not the shop. Don't work for an individual artist, work for the shop and benefit the shop. Sweeping, cleaning, basic needs of the shop is not free work. You work for an apprenticeship. But if you're getting belittled, if they're not making you feel like you belong there, you are valued, or like, you don't have to earn your value. You're a human being. If they want you to earn their value, they forget that they were once in your place, and they're not as important as they think they are. My first apprenticeship, I did not feel valued. I was just literally a dollar sign, and that's what you have to watch out for. My rent, when I first started doing apprenticeship tattoos, one, I tattooed way too early. Shouldn't have been tattooing that early, but I was already paying rent as if I was a professional artist being booked out for months. And he didn't really care. He didn't guide me. He didn't help me out. He didn't say, hey, do this, this, and that. That's common, unfortunately, depending on where you go. So that's where understanding what you bring to the table and what you offer. Again, you're not tattooing, so you don't offer much, but you do offer the opportunity to be a good asset for the shop. So be that opportunity. Number 2, so now we're getting pretty important. This one is be professional. It's a tattoo shop, but that doesn't mean it's a 9-to-5 business. It doesn't mean it's a corporate business, but act professional. If you ever want to come to our shop and ask for an apprenticeship, we don't offer them right now, but what we would ask is that you come up and show up with a portfolio. You look us in the eyes when you talk to us. You have essentially a sense of, a knowledge of basic common sense, and that you treat everyone with respect. We're going to treat you with that same respect. But if you're coming in and you don't really act, you don't care, you just walk in and say, hey, I want an apprenticeship, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to kick you out the shop immediately, because it's not that hard to understand what it's like to apply for a job. And not only that, the job you're applying for is not just a normal job. There's a lot that tattooing can bring you. There's a lot that tattooing can offer you. And the guys that you're looking to look up to know that. And if you just come in and act like it's nothing, then no, you're not going to get what you want out of it. Remember, you got to treat it with respect. You got to treat it like understanding you don't know anything. So don't act like it. I would not come to a tattoo shop if they, like for us, we do interviews, but others might not. Don't bring in tattoos you did at home. I wouldn't even mention that you tattooed at home. I personally, that's not going to do any pluses for you at our shop. Again, you're not going to know proper. That looks worse because you don't use proper PPE. You could cross-contaminate easily. So number 1, to me, it's the most important thing on this list. So remember, you're going into something and you're going in asking for an apprenticeship, and what you're getting out of it is this guy's years of experience. There's some artists that have 20, 15, 10 years of experience, and they're going to be giving you everything, essentially for free, outside of the basic work you have to do around the shop. When they got it was 10 times more difficult than how you're getting it now. Does that mean it gives them a right to belittle you, basically harass you? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But understand that to them it means something. Like to me, I love tattooing more than a lot of people. I'm obsessed. I'm in here in this office almost every day because every other day I'm at the shop tattooing, doing the same thing, drawing, studying. I have books that I've studied from. Like it's an obsession of mine. It's my life. So if someone comes in asking to learn it, I hope that they have something to offer. Essentially, like, give me something. You're no different than half the population on Earth. Nothing makes you different. And with the grand scheme of things, everyone's a human. Anyone can learn how to draw, but not everyone can be a good person, have great values, be a great asset, have a good drive, have a good work ethic. That's not that teachable, but if you bring it to the table, that shoots you 10 times higher on our list than it does the guy that's just like, hey, I can draw really good. It's like, cool, so can half the people on Earth. Like, it's not that hard to draw. And not only that, just because you can draw doesn't mean you can transfer it over that well to a tattoo. So instead of focusing on being a good artist, be a good person first, find a good mentor, and then the art will follow. If you can focus on having some, like, you walk in and you're shaking the dude's hand, or you're giving him some respect, or her, and you're treating her as an equal. God forbid you go to a female shop and you treat her any differently than you would like a male-owned shop, you're gonna get shut down fast. That's not, just don't think like that's gonna work in your favor. everyone needs to be treated with the equal amount of respect because they worked their ass off to get to where they're at, and you're just there. You're just starting. All right, that's just like when I first started. Thankfully I knew no one's gonna help me. I knew I had to do it myself because even when my mentor was tattooing, there wasn't much, tattooing being taught, let alone art. So I was like, it's just up to me. So I drew every day. Like example for me, when I started, I knew that I had to work a little harder to move a little faster. If not, I was no different. There was 3 other apprentices at the shop, and not for nothing, they were really talented. So I knew that if I had to be worth anything, I had to work twice as hard. I had to be there twice as long. I had to study as much as I can. I kept buying books. I asked people in the industry, just because you are apprenticing somewhere doesn't mean you can't ask around. So those are the 5 tips that I wish I knew a little more of when I started. I see people getting discouraged because they can't find an apprenticeship, and not for nothing, maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't deserve it because it's hard for you to find it. The first hard thing that comes your way makes you give up on it. This is not a job that's a job. It's the best thing on earth. And if you want it, just keep going for it. Like make it worth something. I'm not saying that tattooing at home is smart, but a lot of the best tattoo artists in the world started in their garage. So just because someone says no doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you don't love it enough. And that should probably give you a sign of where you're at in life. And I know these things are going to help if you apply them. If you just focus on your work, focus on who you are as a person and growing, you're going to be an asset worth a shop having. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, share it to someone looking for a tattooing apprenticeship. Share it for someone looking for guidance in the industry and hope that it helps them. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm hoping to push out more content like this to you guys. I'll see you later.